Okay, good evening everyone. Sorry for the delay. My name is Chen, and I'm pleased to serve as Master of Ceremony as we honor Michael Pai, Virinchi Doddapaneni, and Kevin Chen for their ascent up Eagle Mountain. This is indeed a special night in the lives of these young men and their troop, crew, family, and friends. Before we begin the program, I would like to introduce a few special people who have honored us with their presence this evening. We have special guest Mr. Rick Raybon. Mr. Raybon here. Mr. Raybon. Mr. David Geddes. Okay, now I would like to invite everyone to rise for the invocation and flag ceremony presented by Andy Barson.
Giving Virinchi, Michael, and Kevin opportunities in scouting. We celebrate their accomplishments and hope that they will accomplish more. Thanks. Amen.
I would like to ask everyone to remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance. Color Guard, attention! Color Guard, advance! Audience attention. Scout salute. Post the colors. Post the standards. Please face the American flag and repeat the Pledge of Allegiance after me. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. All right. Color Guard dismissed.
Thank you, Andy. And now I call on Mr. Ray Heber III, Troop 91's Unit Commissioner and the advisor of Taiwan Chapter of the Order of the Hour, to officially convene this Court of Honor.
By the power invested in me by the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America, I declare this Court of Honor to be duly convened for the sole purpose of presenting the Eagle Scout Award to Michael Pai, Virinchi Doddapaneni, and Kevin Chen.
Thank you, Mr. Heber. Glad you made this. Thank you, Mr. Heber. Now we will hear the legend of Eagle Mountain. Early one morning, a group of young boys stood at a trailhead. Before them rose a mighty mountain, which seemed all the mightier compared to their own smallness. A trail leading to the mountain and then up it to incredible heights before vanishing into the clouds. On the trail, the boys could see other boys and young men, some of whom turned and beckoned them to follow. The boys began to climb, refusing perhaps to believe that they could ever reach the top. At first, the trail rose gently, and the boys had many companions. But soon, they began to sweat and breathe heavily, and many of their companions turned away. And still, the boys climbed. At times, they climbed fast. At times, they climbed slow. At times, they had to go down a little to find another path, or stop a while to catch their breath. But still, they climbed. The trail became steeper, the air thinner. But the climbers scarcely noticed, for they had, along the way, become stronger of body and harder of spirit. And still, they climbed. And finally, in the cool peace of the evening time, they stood together at the top of the world and looked around them. To their left, they saw a fiery golden sunset. To their right, they saw a diamond-studded night sky. Behind them, they saw the trail that they had followed, and the hikers who were following in their footsteps. And in front of them, they saw another mountain, and another, and another, and a whole procession of mountains marching off to the horizon. But the young men, for they were now men, knew that none of these mountains were as insurmountable, that all could and would be climbed. For they had learned many skills in the climbing of the first mountain, and they would carry those skills long after this first mountain was forgotten. And besides, they could begin climbing the next mountain tomorrow. Tonight, they would rest and celebrate and ponder their journey that they had completed. And so tonight, we pause to rest, celebrate, and ponder the journey that they had completed, and honor these fine young men, Eagle Scouts Michael Pye, Virinchi Doddapaneni, and Chen, as they stand atop of the world and look around them. It is now time for the highlight of our program, the presentation of the Eagle Scout Awards. Will the honor guard please escort Michael and his parents forward? Will the honor guard please escort Virinchi and his parents forward? Will the honor guard please escort Kevin and his parents forward? Michael, Virinchi, and Kevin, we have heard a lot tonight about what it means to be a scout and to become an eagle. But what does it mean to be an eagle? And we now welcome Mr. Bryson to share a few thoughts on what it means to be an eagle. Welcome, Mr. Bryson.
Uh-oh, no script. Have to ad-lib this one. Gentlemen, you made it. Congratulations. Everybody in this room is proud of you. I think I am among the proudest to see you all sitting here with your ready to receive your Eagle badges after so much hard work. Eagle is a unique honor. Less than 5% of scouts ever achieve Eagle rank. So you are among the few. Eagle is also the one thing you can do as a teenager that will guide people's opinion of you for the rest of your life. Even now, famous people are referred to not only by what they do in life, but by the fact that they're Eagle Scouts. Gerald Ford was always known to be an Eagle Scout. First man to walk on the moon was an Eagle Scout. And in fact, the Eagle lander was called, or the lunar lander for that mission was called the Eagle because the first man to walk on the moon was an Eagle Scout. Your Eagle rank sets you apart from everybody else. It sets you apart from everybody else in everything you're going to do for the rest of your life. If I were an employer looking at your resume and I saw Eagle Scout on there, you'd be somebody I wanted on my team. if I were in any position and you came to me and said, I'm an Eagle Scout and I'd like to work with you, I would be inclined to bring you onto the team. Your skills, the skills you developed as Eagle Scouts will stay with you for the rest of your life. The skills you've learned, the leadership, your tenacity for getting things done, they will all remain with you for the rest of your life. To be an Eagle Scout means that you will be a leader in your communities, in your profession, hopefully in your state or your country for the rest of your lives. It is a great honor, and it is something that you have, and it's something that brings honor to you, your troop, parents, your family. And it's a very, very special occasion tonight for you to be receiving your Eagle rank. I'd like to say that I empathize with what it means to be an Eagle Scout, but I don't. In making Eagle, you guys have gone someplace where I've never gone, and you've done things I've never done. And I'm all prouder of you for it. So as you leave tonight, bear in mind what it means to be an Eagle Scout. Treat it as the special status that it is, and join with all other Eagle Scouts throughout time who have had an impact on their communities, on their nations, on their fellow travelers, on their friends and family. Congratulations, gentlemen. This is truly a great achievement. I'm told that I have to remain up here. Now we go to script. Michael, Virinchi, and Kevin, many times over the last few years, you have joined with your fellow scouts in repeating the Scout Oath. Now you will stand together and repeat a new oath, the Eagle Scout Promise. Please stand. Though the words you say are similar to those you have said so many times before tonight, they will mean more to you than they ever have. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your oath with the words which close the Declaration of Independence. I would like all Eagle Scouts to stand at this time and rededicate themselves by repeating the Eagle Scout Promise with our new Eagle Scouts. I would specifically like to ask Mr. Rick Raybon, the chairman of the Eagle Board, to come forward and administer the oath.
I reaffirm my allegiance
Reaffirm my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of an Eagle Scout.
of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training and example,
to make my training and example,
my rank and influence,
my rank and influence,
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting
and for better citizenship.
and for better citizenship
In my troop and in my community,
in my troop and in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
2. You may be seated.
Thank you, Mr. Raybon. Thank you, Eagle Scouts. Michael and your parents, will you please come forward? Michael, your parents have undoubtedly been your primary source of help, strength, and inspiration. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of support and dedication from your mother. Like your mother, with your father's assistance, to pin the Eagle Medal on your uniform. Michael's mom is reenacting a very famous Norman Rockwell painting called Proud Moment. It is a great tradition of Boy Scouts that the mother ends on the Eagle Badge. It's not a tradition of Boy Scouts, so we make it easy. In recognition of your mother's devotion, please present her with this Eagle Mom's pin. I would now ask your father to present you with your Eagle Scout certificate. And in return, please present your father with his Eagle Dad's pin. This is the only pin that dads can earn. Moms get all the other ranks, dads only get Eagle. It now gives me great pleasure to present to you our newest Eagle Scout, Michael Bach. I'll now ask Michael's family to be seated and ask Michael, you're not going anywhere. Now ask Michael to tell us a little bit about what his climb up Eagle Mountain has meant to him and to present his mentor pin.
Alright, hey guys, I'd like to apologize. I have a bit of a cough, so please bear with me. So first of all, I'd like to start by saying a few thank yous for all the people who made this day possible for me. My parents especially, for their much needed continual support and love. My friends and family, and scouting community, who without their help, I could not have completed my Eagle project. Especially I'd like to thank Mr. Arnold over there and Orphanage Club for the donations they made that made our trip especially impactful. Alright, so, well, I'm approaching my 18th birthday, so looking back at the beginning when I started scouting in 7th grade, it's been quite a crazy ride. And through the years, I've come to view the most significant part of scouting, perhaps to be the theme of community. I've come a long way, and this has only been possible because of the help of friends and family and faculty from both California and Taipei, but both educated, challenged, and inspired me. And so I'd like to thank these role models. And I apologize for advance for if I miss anyone. All right. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my parents. They've always been there to help me. They've been my moral support, and they've always kept me on track, and to make sure that I didn't miss out on this experience that I can never gain back otherwise. And thank you to my dad especially for his help in the Cambodia project. He worked his butt off every day. It felt pretty good seeing him work that hard. That's one thank you. Yeah. And as for my friends in scouting, I'd like to start off with mentioning a couple people from my previous troop in California, Troop 161 in Temple City, California. I would like to thank my previous scoutmaster, Mr. Jennings, because he's the one who got me into scouting, and if it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't have continued. And especially looking back when I was such a young kid, like I could have done other stuff, but he especially kept me in scouting. Next, I'd like to thank the very first patrol I was in, which is the Raven Patrol, and my friends Bryce Hanamoto, Matthew Wong, and Ian O'Connor. These guys really showed me the meaning behind brotherhood, and then through our experiences together, I really learned what it means to be in a team. And then now I'd like to move on to Troop 91. And first, I'd just like to say, oh my gosh, like when I first came here, I really didn't know what to expect. Like I was leaving back people I cherished so much, and I wasn't sure how I was going to fit in. Now that it's my third year here, I can confidently say that I have no regrets, and you guys are truly fantastic. I'd like to start off by thanking Mr. Bryson. Oh my gosh, you have such a hectic life. I always see you like running around trying to get your stuff done. Then yet you're so devoted. You go to like nearly every weekend outing, and you're the scoutmaster, and as easy as it would for you to hand down your position, you choose to stay and gut it out. You really show me what true devotion means. And as for other adult leaders and helpers, Mr. Ullman, Mr. Martin, and Mr. Ward, who's no longer here, and Mrs. Doddapaneni, Mr. Chen, Mr. Christensen, and Mr. Klomp, I'd really like to say a big thank you to you all, because you guys have given me pretty much I would argue, the best experience in scouting in the whole world. From Thailand relief trip to the Cambodia trip to just every, I guess, weekend outing, you guys have allowed me to develop, and with your guidance and input, I think I've become a better person today. And I'd like to thank my great friends in Troop 91, especially the Green Bar Patrol, Kevin Chen over there, and Andy Bryson. Where are you? Stand up. Yeah, that's you. Right. I'd like to thank you guys because you guys made every rainy camp out very enjoyable. In case you guys don't know, every rainy camp out is pretty much every camp out. Yeah. And, so thank you all. You guys made my 3 years here very enjoyable. And once again, I'd just like to apologize if I forgot anyone or left anyone out. And to conclude, I'd just like to say, though these past 5 years have been like beyond description. I know it's only like 5 years, and I wasn't able to experience Cub Scouts or anything like that. But these 5 years have really taught me a lot. It's taught me that camping really sucks in the rain. It's a real bummer. It's taught me that I can't cook without burning anything. And it's taught me that Pam and matches, although really cool, it's a pretty dangerous combo. Most importantly, it's taught me that taught me a lot about leadership, understanding, communication, respect, organization, and friendship. I'd like to thank you all for being part of that. And all right, I lied. I'm going to talk a bit more. As my 18th birthday, not 15th. My 18th birthday approaches. My time here in Taipei is almost over. It's less than 1 year away. And within these next coming months, I look forward to creating memories that will continue throughout my lifetime. And I really like to say that although I'll be going on to college and I'll be a continent away, I'll never forget you all you scouts, leaders, family, and faculty. You guys have really truly shaped the person I am today. And although I've made a couple mistakes along the way, you guys have been really supportive, and you guys have taught me how to learn from each experience. I just really like to say a big thank you, and wish you all the best for years to come. Thanks. Sorry, I forgot my mentor pin. So, for my mentor pin, I'd like to welcome Mr. Bryson up here. Yeah.
Well, it's an honor to be chosen as Michael's mentor. I have to say, I hardly deserve the honor. Michael arrived in Taipei as a Life Scout with all of his merit badges earned and needing only leadership time and an Eagle project to complete his Eagle requirements. The troop provided the leadership time. Michael was very quickly elected senior patrol leader for 2 semesters, a position in which he served with distinction as one of the most popular SPLs in recent history. And while I admit to having provided a little bit of a push, tick-tock, tick-tock, to Michael in developing and carrying out his Eagle project, that too was entirely his own effort. I was happy to mentor Michael through his Eagle project, but once Michael understood the various parts of the project that needed to be organized, the travel, the supply and other logistical arrangements, the hotels, Michael did an awesome job of putting together an extremely meaningful project in which Troop 91 scouts were able to work side by side with Cambodian orphans to repaint and otherwise refurbish their orphanage. What's impressed me about Michael the most since he joined the troop is how hard he works at everything he does and his dedication to everything in which he is involved. During the time that Michael was SPL and at the same time that he was working on his Eagle project, Michael also had a full academic schedule and was a key member of the TAS robotics team. He's a really smart guy. Very, very smart. During the time that Michael was SPL and while he was working with on his Eagle project, Michael was leading the TAS robotics team to honors and awards at competitions in Hawaii and elsewhere. And I know Michael always felt bad that sometimes his robotics competitions took him away from troop activities. And he was actually kind enough to actually say that on a number of occasions, even though we completely understood the priority that the robotics team carried the honor of TAS with it, was therefore a priority on those weekends. Even after completing his Eagle requirements, and despite your busy senior year schedule, Michael, I was very pleased when you sent me an email the other day asking what you could continue to do in the troop, even though you've already been Eagle, and you've already done virtually everything you could possibly do in scouting. I believe this dedication is emblematic of an Eagle Scout. It combines the Scout law values of trustworthiness, loyalty, helpfulness, and obedience, as well as the Scout oath value of duty to others. Michael will carry these values with him through graduation and into college and into whatever career he chooses. While I am not worthy, proud to be Michael's Eagle mentor. Congratulations, Michael. Virinchi, will you please come forward with your parents? Virinchi, your parents too have undoubtedly been your primary source of help, strength, and inspiration. I know they've been very active in your scouting career. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of support and dedication from your mother, although some of us suspect those. Some of us have seen your mom in action. But like your mother, with your father's assistance, to pin the Eagle Medal on your uniform. In recognition of your mother's devotion, please present her with her Eagle Mom's pin. We have a 2 Eagle Mom here. Your father has been the source of much advice and guidance along your Eagle Trail, so I'd like your dad to present you with the Eagle Scout certificate. And in return, please present your father with his Eagle Dad's pen. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you our newest Eagle Scout, Virinchi Doddapaneni. I'll now ask Virinchi's parents to be seated and ask Virinchi to tell us a little bit about what his climb up Eagle Mountain has meant to him and to present his mentor pen.
Hi everyone. Before I begin my speech, I'd like to thank everybody who took the time to attend the Court of Honor. All the scouts, scoutmasters, parents, and any other adults who have made scouting a great experience for me, especially Mr. Bryson. Out of all these people, I'd like to thank my parents, my mom for spending all the time with the troop, as first as a corpsman, for all the time support helped me in many different ways, and my dad, who although didn't spend much time, motivated me to continue scouting for at least 4 more years when I was about to abandon scouting in 7th grade by saying something very similar to, don't ever give up on what you have started. Although I haven't really noticed until my Eagle Board of Review, scouting has been a major part of my life. Out of all the moral ethics different people and communities try to teach me, scouting has been the second primary source to influence my moral code, second only to my grandfather. It taught me to be more helpful to others and respectful to people of many different backgrounds and qualities. Scouting has taught me many skills most people would never learn or wouldn't learn until they were adults, or would never learn in their lives. It taught me certain leadership and survival techniques and many useful situational skills, as well as ones I could use in everyday life. I had the experience of shooting an actual rifle at the National Scout Jamboree this year, a chance of trying to never get again. It helped keep and get me physically fit when I was really out of shape. And I met many people who would unnecessarily burden themselves, physically and mentally, if it would help others and make their lives easier. And also met many positive role models like Chen, who taught me a very valuable lesson: feel the pain and love the pain. That we do with my sports and athletic experience in high school. Now I would like to once again thank Mr. Bryson for taking part in scouting ever since I moved to Taiwan, which is more than 5 years. Mr. Bryson, you took the time to serve as ASM for my patrol, my first year. Also, you have been a until now for Troop 91, and even the Far East Council's continued for National Scout Jamboree that took place this summer. This was all while you had to work as a lawyer, which everyone knows is a very busy job. I wouldn't have been standing here giving this speech if it hadn't been for your help and advice. I can honestly say that you have taught me more about scouting than any 2 people in the world put together. For that reason, I'd like to give you my mentor pin.
In much of what he has done in the troop, Virinchi has done it quietly. This was recognized at Virinchi's Board of Review, during which the chairman of the Eagle Board, and sorry, I know I'm not supposed to talk about what happens during Eagle Boards, but I'm going to make an exception this time, noted that Virinchi exhibits quiet leadership. Is that the term you use, Rick? Quiet leadership. The kind of leadership which proceeds without a lot of fanfare, the kind of leadership which inspires the respect of one's peers. In his quiet way, Virinchi has had more scouting experiences than most scouts in Troop 91, or any scout troop for that matter, will ever have. And Virinchi has alluded to a number of them in his remarks. Many in this room, in fact, very few in this room, will recall the light patrol, which Virinchi mentioned. That was Andy's crossover patrol, which Virinchi joined when he came to TAS as a sixth grader. Virinchi is one of two remaining members of the light patrol in the troop, and he is one of only two members of the light patrol who have made Eagle. Virinchi is also one of only two remaining members of the troop who have climbed Jade Mountain. And for those of you who are paying attention during the various slideshows that have been shown tonight, you'll have seen a lot of pictures of Virinchi and his mom on the top of Jade Mountain and on the way up Jade Mountain. In addition to the trip up and down Jade Mountain, Virinchi has also participated in other high adventure trips, including trips up Nangao Shan and other mountain peaks in Taiwan. Virinchi did his Eagle Project in India, and has attended many other Eagle Projects in Taiwan. As Virinchi just mentioned earlier, he also attended the National Scout Jamboree this past summer. And Virinchi continues to enjoy other high adventure experiences with the venture group. Being Virinchi Scoutmaster was actually quite easy. Help when asked, but otherwise, just let him quietly go about his rank advancement and merit badges. And every now and then, encourage him to take on leadership in the roles in the troop, which suit his personality and his personal style. In this respect, Virinchi has done very well in his role as instructor, leading many of the instructionals at troop meetings and basically doing all that he has been asked to do. Virinchi continues to be active in the troop, continues to help lead the troop while also being active in the venture crew. In that respect, he really is getting the most out of scouting. Virinchi has sought all that scouting has to offer and has benefited from the experiences in very many ways. And he continues to share that experience with other scouts and venturers. This evening's Court of Honor is the culmination of those experiences, and Virinchi will now join his brother on Troop 91's Eagle Plaque. Congratulations, Virinchi, on this achievement. I'm quite honored to accept your mentor. Last but not least, Kevin, can you come up with your parents? I actually had the pleasure to meet Kevin and his parents before they joined the troop, and actually met Kevin's former scoutmaster at the same time. So this is a special treat to Kevin, because I know, Kevin, that your parents, both here in Taiwan and in your former troop, have been very much a primary source of help, strength, and inspiration, and have helped you very much along your Eagle path. I'd like to ask your mother, in recognition of her unnumbered acts of support and dedication, to pin the Eagle medal on your uniform with assistance from your dad. This was easier when there was only one pin. There you go, perfect. In recognition of your mother's devotion, please present her with the Eagle Mom's pin. Your father also has been a source of much advice and guidance along your Eagle Trail. So I'd like to ask your dad to present you with the Eagle Scout certificate. In return, please present your father with his Eagle badge. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you our newest Eagle Scout, Kevin Chen. I would now ask Kevin's parents to be seated and ask Kevin to tell us a little bit about his climb up Eagle Mountain and to present his mentor pin.
Thank you so much for coming here today. It has been nearly 8 years since I began my path to Eagle, and in these 8 years, I have witnessed both difficult and exciting times. I have learned a lot of important skills, but most importantly, I have met some wonderful people whom I will always remember. I can still remember that first day when I came to my first troop meeting. Everyone was just so welcoming and so willing to help me. Years later, I realized that the scouting program was more than just competing to get the most merit badges or a mansion and rank, but more like another family. It was a place where I could be guided and inspired by peers, educated, and learn the importance of giving back to the community. Therefore, it is important to take note that although I did demonstrate the ability to lead a group of scouts on my Eagle project and the ability to learn skills from first aid to personal management, I did not do this alone. First and foremost, I would like to thank my parents for always supporting and encouraging me. Without their support, I would not have been able to do Boy Scouts. Also, I would like to thank all the parents, Scoutmasters, leaders, friends, and Falco team members for making this Boy Scout experience so much fun. I would like to thank especially Mr. Robinson, my former Scoutmaster, for making my 5 years in Troop 408 such a memorable experience. Mr. Bryson, my current Scoutmaster, for helping me reach my Eagle rank. And finally, Mr. Kolke and Mr. Heber, my crew adult leaders, for making the crew such a fun and exciting place, and for making my transition to a new Scout troop and crew to be very smooth. Over these past few years, I've learned a lot. Scouting has taught me how to be a good leader, how to effectively communicate with others, how to be respectful. Scouting has also taught me what to do when I get lost with another scout on a cross-country skiing trip. What it feels like to get hypothermia. What it feels like to be covered from head to toe with mud and water. And what it feels like when I go to a week-long Boy Scout summer camp without taking a single shower. So now, as I reach the highest rank in scouting, it is now my turn to give back to those who are younger than me, and to continue to be an active role model to others. As Edith Wharton once said, there are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. Thank you. So now I would like to present my mentor pin to Mr. Heber.
Unlike Mr. Bryson, I have not prepared a script. Anyway, it's been a pleasure working with Kevin since he came to TAS. And not only do I go on scout events with him, but he sits right in front of me in band. So I'm still on his case all the time. I expect him to lead the clarinet section, and we've had some good trips together, including with John when we went to Japan for 11 days. And that was probably one of the best trips I've ever taken in my life. And after that trip, Kevin volunteered and made a speech, and he was elected the crew president, even though he was the youngest guy on that trip. So all the girls voted for him. Maybe that's because they knew they wouldn't have to do what he says. But, and then we had a good trip to Snow Mountain this last winter, and I saw pictures there. It's really not that cold up there. So congratulations, Kevin, and I look forward to working with you for the rest of this year and next year. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harwood. One last bit before we close. I'm going to switch hats for just a minute and cease to be the Scoutmaster of Troop 91 and become the Council Vice President for just a brief moment. If our new Eagle Scouts would please rise. And yeah, leave your certificates and your kits on the chair. At the last Court of Honor, we were honored to have our Council Executive, Karen Meyer, with us. She obviously is not able to join us today, but she has asked me on her behalf to present to each of our new Eagle Scouts the Far East Council Eagle coin. And this is actually a pretty cool coin. Try not to put my fingers on it. On the one side it says Far East Council Eagle Scout, and on the other side it has an eagle emblem with all the flags of all the territories in the council, and a place where you can have your name engraved in case you want to do that. But these are a gift from our council executive. I'd like to present them now.
Thank you everyone here tonight who has played a role in Michael, Virinchi, and Kevin's ascent of Eagle Mountain. Tonight has indeed been a very special night. Let us give our new Eagle Scouts another round of applause.